Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
We're back, man. Episode 237.
Yes, sir.
Let's get right into it. Yep. Immediately. Expeditiously.
All
right. We'll talk about this real quick. We actually just mentioned this. Subscriptions, man. Let's be careful with all these goddamn subscriptions we're getting. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of people have gotten away from cable because cable costs too much. But then you replaced it with all these fucking apps that you're paying money for. Mm-hmm. And if you think about all the apps that you're paying for, that shit is just as much as cable.
Yeah.
You have to be careful, man, because think about, let's be real about the subscription people have. Now, for me, I have HBO Max. I have Netflix. I have Hulu, which is free because it's connected to my Spotify. Mm-hmm. But I pay for a Spotify account. Disney Plus, which I'm going to cancel because I never use it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's all the ones I have right. Nope, I got Amazon Prime, but that's free too.
Mm-hmm. It comes with the Amazon,
yes,
this, which is probably like $7.
Exactly,
like
but I'm paying for that also.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I kind of cut mine off. But a lot of people, this is what most people got. They got Amazon Prime.
And the internet. The internet is kind of like a tacked on thing that you need to have in order to have the subscription.
100%.
I mean, the streaming services.
100%.
Yeah.
But people be having, obviously the high-speed internet. They've got Amazon Prime, Prime Video. They got fucking Netflix. They got Hulu. They got HBO Max. They got motherfucking Pornhub and Bang Bros.
They subscribe and some OnlyFans.
And they probably paying for OnlyFans. Like, and they paying for
$15-$20 a month for the OnlyFans.
Because people don't admit it. I personally don't subscribe to porn because that shit is free, first of all. But secondly, some people have a niche type porn they watch.
Yeah.
So they spending like $12 a month on porn, dude.
I'm not a guy that is going to pay for porn either, but no. I would understand it though, because the quality that you get, and you also know that, like, I don't know, like as far as like Pornhub and stuff goes, it takes a lot of effort to find like a decent video.
You'd be like on motherfucking page 107.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be
like, God damn.
Page 15, dick all limp now.
I'm putting my dick away. Fuck. Let me just go to that same video I've seen 1,000 times. Fuck it.
Alexis, Texas. Damn.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
That's the problem with porn too. Is like it's just not amusing like that.
Yeah, like same old. But no, it's. I think for me, I've been trying to get more aware of like my money, and one of the things that, and what is the crazy part is, it generally happens when you down to your last dollar. You might got like $30 in your bank account, and then you want to be the financially literate person. So you're like, dang, I spent $4.99 on that burger the other day. I didn't have to do that. But nah, so like for me, I've been trying to be more mindful of everything that goes in and out. And I think like having conversations with people, and I've been in this this little money seminar thing, and having different conversations with my cousin and different people, you start to realize like the way you move, or the way that I was moving in terms of like finances was wild. Like not knowing how much debt I had, not knowing how much student loans, just keep deferring it, all these different things. And you hearing these conversations with other people in regards to their money, like they like, yo, you've been doing that for this long. You don't know how much credit card how much money you owe on your credit card, all these different things. And just being aware of it is so empowering, because when you kind of dismiss it and you just keep pushing it to the back burner, that's not going to get you nowhere. That's not a way to build real wealth.
No.
You know what I mean?
And here's the thing to it. I'm not judging anyone's life, but let me be clear when I say this. Whenever I'm on IG or anywhere else and I keep seeing people like 1 week they're at a Dodgers game, then the next week they over at Universal Studios, and the next week they at this restaurant, they at this bar, they at this, all those outings, you ain't got money like that.
Not at all.
The average working class person does not make money like that. So even if you make a decent living, you're draining all of your fucking finances from going on all these outings.
For sure.
So it's like, dude, with me, I get to a certain spot where I'm like, you know what? I look at my bank statement on my phone and I'm like, oh, we done. Like, we went to Chipotle here, then you went to El Pollo Loco here, then you went to El Pollo Loco again on this day, and I see 4 or 5 transactions of me eating out, and I'm like, oh, we done, homie.
Yeah.
We done. We not eating out no more.
Yeah,
we not eating out no more. We done. We got food at the house, homie. Like, because even those little things, I don't give a fuck if you got $3,000. The fact that a $72 subscription fee just came out of your money is a fucking problem.
No, for sure.
If you're not utilizing that $72 subscription, that's a problem, man. It happened to me. I have Disney Plus. I never watch Disney Plus, but I paid for the year. I think it's $72 a year. And when it came out one day, I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's Disney Plus. And then I just like let it go. No.
Sometimes the transaction be under like a different company.
Right.
You'd be like, who is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like
Robert Jackson. Like, who the fuck is this?
It'd be like Sean's Automotives, but it's like Disney Plus or something.
Yeah, like, hey man, I'm about to get this charge reversed, motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's wild, bro. Yeah, that's too much. But yeah, just be more aware of your subscriptions, because the subscriptions that people are getting are starting to cost them more money than actual cable.
Yeah,
you know? Cut that stuff out, man. You don't need to pay for porn. You don't need to pay for porn, man. I'm sorry. I know some of you guys probably have subscriptions and stuff, but don't do that. Don't pay for porn. Don't.
Yeah, and I think the idea, like early on, it was a thing where cable started to get really expensive, especially if you had the internet, the phone, and then the cable. That whole thing that might have hit you for like $200 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Oh yeah, it was up there.
But then it was like a thing where, man, I don't need the internet no more. I'm gonna save money just by having Netflix, because I only watch Netflix. And then everybody start dispersing the content. So you got to have Peacock, you got to have Hulu, you got to have Disney Plus, all these different things.
Yep.
And then it got right back up to the point to where you was like, dang, I wish I had regular cable still. So yeah, it's rough.
The thing about it though, here's the problem is they know you need these apps, because worst come to worst, you can't. The only way you could get away from paying for all those or paying for the internet is if you just have your cell phone, but then you're gonna go way over your data. Yeah, because even if you have unlimited data, you go use so much, they don't charge you for it.
Yeah, it's not really unlimited.
Your porn gonna be buffering like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's gonna stop on the wrong pose too. It's gonna be a nigga nuts all in the camera. You're gonna be trying to bust. Like, dang, I don't know if I'm gay or not, but my internet's slow.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's gonna be a nigga beating his meat. Like, yeah, just freeze up. You're like, God damn it. I gotta pay my fucking internet bill. This is ridiculous.
That's wild.
That's bad, yo.
That's crazy.
That's the reason why I'm not too big. I shake people's hands, but I always make sure I wash them right after too, because I know niggas be watching porn from their phones, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
I know people be watching porn from their phones. Not to mention, another reason why it's kind of difficult to shake hands nowadays, I've seen countless people walk right out the bathroom without washing their fucking hands.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point, I can't speak for women, but for men, they need to wash their fucking hands. The other day, bro, I swear on everything, some motherfucker went into the gym, and I've seen this on 2 occasions. I talked about it once on the podcast. I literally seen this the other day. Motherfucker walks into the gym with his weightlifting gloves on, first of all, and you take a piss with those weightlifting gloves, so you touching your dick with nasty gloves. You need to put more respect on your dick, bro.
Nah, that's facts.
First of all, which is nasty. Then you pee and walk right out the motherfucking bathroom. It's like, bro, like, first of all, for me, when I'm lifting weights and I go in the bathroom, I wash my hands before I touch my dick.
Yeah.
Because you could get a staph infection. Now you got staph on your dick.
Yeah.
You need to wash your fucking hands.
Yeah.
I wash them twice, before I piss and after. The reason why I do it after, because for respect for other people.
I've seen somebody go in the bathroom, wash their hands before they do anything, wash their hands, go take a piss, and then walk right out of the bathroom.
It's like, bro, your hand's good enough for you at that point. You got fucking piss particles all over your motherfucking hands. You want to shake. Hey, what's up, man? How you been?
I don't want a dirty dick, but I don't mind having dirty hands.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
And imagine somebody's, doing this thing with his wife in the morning, because a lot of people have sex in the morning, right? Before they go to work. Monday morning, you and your wife tussle and get that nut off.
Yeah.
And some people probably walk out the house. So you got your wife juices all over your motherfucking hands.
Yeah.
And you shaking people's hands.
Yeah.
You know, hey, what's up, Bob? How you doing, Bob? How you doing, Jim? Now they all got your wife's pussy on their hand.
That might not be a bad thing.
Probably pretty hot.
Have you ever been like like I go to church every Sunday, so you know you're in there shaking hands and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Have you ever like got home after a long day of just shaking hands and you just have like a stench on your hands?
It's not even so much. It's like it's a mental thing, but it's kind of right.
Yeah,
because it's like whatever was on their hands mixed on your hands, and now it's just on you. And then now you was driving home and you just didn't even feel clean.
You on your steering wheel, you on your clutch, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, you got different people's lotions, perfumes. They could have been in the bathroom, so you just got a mixture of like bacterias.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
And if you're shaking a lot of elderly people's hands, that's the worst hands to shake.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah!
What's wrong with old
because they just got old on their hands. Just old people, they don't remember to wash their hands or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've seen old people too. They be picking in their butt a lot.
Yeah.
They just be walking.
Old people don't care about nothing.
They will be digging right in their ass. Hey, Mr. Fingers, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's like,
just take that. You can add that.
Like, man, you done stuck your hands in your diaper and now you want to shake my motherfucking hand.
It depends.
It's like, come on, man. Jesus Christ.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, but there's that, man. Just be careful with your subscriptions. Because in the long run, that shit adds up.
Oh, that's yeah. Before you move, I wanted to tell you that story.
Oh yeah.
So there was for those of y'all that don't know, I work at a middle school now, and I basically am teaching kids how to use cameras and stuff like that. So my boy works at one of the badder schools in town, and he told me this story. So it's this smaller kid and it's this big black girl. So they just bad kids. So the black girl is like, he talked to the other small kid. He's like, you just little. And he like, shut up, you big. He like, you so big. When I go to McDonald's, I get a Big Mac. When you go to McDonald's, you get a Lil Mac. And she like, man, shut up, you small. And then he like, man, shut up, you black monkey. And then and then the other is another white girl. The white girl hop in. And she like, oh my gosh, like, why are you so mean? And he like, shut up, you white American. That's why you buy American flags.
What the fuck? How old are these kids, man?
They in junior high. They like 13, 12 years old.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, what the heck?
Oh my God.
These kids is bad, man. It's different out there now.
He said when you so big, when you go to McDonald's, you get a little Mac. That was fucking clever.
I was like, yo, this kid need to get on stage.
Yeah, he definitely got to get on stage. That was the most clever form of fat shaming I've ever fucking seen. Oh my God.
Yeah, we got to get him on the podcast.
And the fucked up thing is, as an adult, it's like you don't want to laugh at this shit.
You in there, you can't, like, because obviously you got to be like, hey guys, calm down. But nigga, you funny.
Yeah. Yo, I already told you about what happened with me and my boy Daryl back in the day. Rest in peace, Daryl Porter. Back in the day, Daryl was just making fun of this girl, and it turned into bullying. But I was so immature, I didn't realize what it was. But it got to a point where I told him to stop. Mm-hmm. Back then, the movie Mulan came out, and it was this Asian girl in the classroom, and he's like, "What's up, Mulan? What's up, Mulan? Mulan, what's up? What's good, yo?" And then it started graduating from that to like, yo, what's up, Mulan? What's up with the broccoli beef? Right? And I was just like, hey, nigga, stop, bro. You can stop now. Like not as many people were laughing anymore. And then finally, the fucking assistant or the vice principal, he comes in there and he says, you two, come here now, right? And the girl outside, she's fucking crying like a motherfucker. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. And then she said, it's not him, it's just him. Mm-hmm. And honestly, bro, I was involved too, because I stopped laughing after a while and I would tell him to stop. Mm-hmm. But at first I was laughing like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But she's like, it's just him, it's not him. And I went to class, I was like, oh, well, nigga, you in trouble then?
I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm good now.
You know, another crazy thing that happened, like with the kids, like they're at the age where they're ignorant, but also they know like a lot. Mm-hmm. So
especially now.
Sometimes like there'll be situations where there's kids that be on the spectrum. like they be like low key like autistic or something like that. And there was a situation in class where one of the kids was having he's having like an episode. Like he, you know, what a lot of them, like when it comes to like high intensity situations, like they kind of, you could tell they're like on the verge of like basically losing their mind a little bit. So there was an instance where one of the guys came in, and the supervisor for the program, like we're shooting this short horror film, and he's like, "Hey guys, I understand. I like that everybody is like having fun and engaged and stuff like that, but you know, we're junior high, so we can't, you know, our horror film can't say anything about killing and murders and kidnapping kids and stuff like that. We got to keep it, you know, PG. That kids can disappear and stuff, but we can't, you know, do that."
Like
so
Goosebumps.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, all these scenes, we're going to have to do them over and take out those words. And the one kid is like, "Oh my gosh, we're going to have to start over. I don't like it." And then like the other kids, I know that the kid is like autistic. I know the kid is autistic. So
y'all need to pat that kid down, bro. Don't let him wear no trench coats to that fucking school, bro. God damn. That's literally how he was saying it?
Yeah. So, and then this is a fake name. This is not a real name. So one of the kids say the name is like Stacy. Stacy is like, let's say Stacy and Jared. So he's like, Stacy is like, "Jared, just calm down. It's okay. We're just going to, you know, and he's like, "Stacy, not right now. I'm not in the mood for it, Stacy." And then he gets, and then he gets up and he's like, and then everybody's just like not knowing what to do. So the guy, the supervisor guy, is just like, "Jared, just calm down, okay, Jared, just calm." And he's just like, "I don't know. We're gonna have to start all over. I'm gonna have to tell my mom that we're gonna start the movie over." And I was like, "What are you talking about? You told your mom about the movie?" "No, I didn't tell my mom about the movie, but she just doesn't. She's not even gonna want to watch it." And so he gets up, and he had this paper, like part of the scene, he had like a paper in his hand. So he gets up and he's like, "Come on," like, "Oh my gosh." And then he bites his thumb. No. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I bit my thumb, and oh my gosh, I'm bleeding right."
Wait, whatever movie y'all finna make, he gotta be the villain. He's automatically, this guy's a fucking villain.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
He just bit his own thumb. He was just leaking everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But he's autistic and the kids didn't get it. Like, they're like, "Dude, chill out." And he's just like, that's only making him more angry.
The idea of autistic to us, though, is like somebody that's really autistic. But a person that's on the spectrum will be in like all the regular classes.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But they still are... They're on the spectrum, but
they're like
not
functional.
Really, they're functionally autistic.
Yeah, and then but those, I would imagine those kids don't even know what autism is. No. Because unless you, because that was a conversation we were having. We were like, "Yo, should they like let the students know that he's just in case?" Because the way that they were approaching it, they're approaching it like a regular guy. You know, they're trying to like argue with him in some instance or try to tell him to do this or do that. But it's like, no, y'all. What I really need to do is just give him his space.
But he has moments.
Yeah, like for the most part, like he's a little socially awkward, but for the most part, like he's cool. But it was like in that moment, like the teacher came in and just kind of like burst everybody's bubble. Like everybody's having fun and they're doing this movie, and then the teacher comes in and is just like, "Hey guys, you got to start all over," basically. And he's like, it just took, it just took him off.
Are you aware of any medications he may be on?
I don't know. They don't honestly, from what I heard from all of the people that work there, like the teachers and stuff, like they haven't even like no one has like a booklet on him, or it didn't seem to be any diagnosis. This is just us being aware of, what autism and stuff.
Well, I'll say this, and it may sound fucked up, but I think that being inclusive is a good thing, but sometimes it's a bad thing. I think that sometimes they need to be inclusive in an environment that's conducive to them. Because if you have somebody in there and they're like going on a rampage, that's not helping any of the other kids. And it's no slight to the kid that it may be possibly autistic or not, but there needs to be an environment that's suited for them. You know what I'm saying? And people listen to like, you're an asshole, Eddie. Why would you say that? And I'm only saying that because it's in the best of that child's welfare to probably be, because there'll be people that are trained to deal with those behaviors. Yeah. Because if kid's biting his thumb, I don't think that kid should be around those other kids. They're not doing that. They're just, those other kids are just dickheads. But this kid, this kid's got more, it's more psychological stuff going on there. Yeah. So you need to have trained professionals that deal with those behaviors. Yeah. Because you get, okay, it's you, Keith, so you're thoughtful enough to see what's going on. And yes, it is also funny. But no,
that's comedy.
But I think that when you have compassion for people or for kids, you're still going to be serious. Like internally, you are fucking laughing. Yeah. Like I think when you reach a certain maturity, you can see somebody that will fall down a flight of stairs and you won't laugh. You'll be like, are you okay? And they'll be like, I'm good. And then you start fucking laughing.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely wasn't laughing at him in the moment. But once I started telling people the story, I was like, this is actually kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good bit.
Yeah. But it's crazy because the girl that was like, you know, being argumentative with him is kind of like, she got some, you know, issues as well. Like she seems to be like on some type of, whether it's like ADHD or something is there with her too. So like she just doesn't get it at all. It's the other kids in the class, they're not like being combative. There's even some kids that are like super empathetic. Like, hey man, just calm down. You know, just step outside, take a breather. You know, just step away for a little bit and come back inside when you're cooled down. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, just kids.
There's so many different like languages and things for, you know, whether it's, if it's not autism, just these other how do you say it? Not pronouns, but just different ways they describe it, like the spectrumness or ADHD or this and that. Sometimes people are not autistic. Sometimes they have ADHD and they could be mixed up. Like I'm not going to say any names, but there's a guy that I work with that I think he totally has ADHD. This nigga got 4K.
Or ADD, you know, the attention deficit disorder. Yeah. Where you just like can't focus on really anything.
Oh yeah, he definitely might have that too. This nigga got ADHD, ADD, everything. Cable.
ARP.
Nigga got ARP, CDC, ACDC. ACDC. They got everything.
DC Young Fly.
Man, Washington DC. Nigga got every disability, bro.
Oh man, Run DMC.
Man, all right. Switching gears. Stop bragging about hoes. And I think that I brought this up because I think about, like, as men, we live in a culture where even in hip hop culture, they bragging about hoes like big booty this or big titties that or whatever, right? And what happens is you're bragging about women that can't do anything for you. Why are you bragging about women that won't take care of you when you get sick? Why are you bragging about women that don't even care about you? And why are you bragging about women that are for everybody? Now, I don't want to be disrespectful and call women hoes, but some of y'all is hoes. It's the same as vice versa with men. Some of y'all really hoes for real. And the problem is when you hear women say wild shit like, he got to make 6 figures and he got to pay for all my bills and be able to get my nails done. And all, that's because it's hoes talking. Women don't move like that, right? And the problem is men have made hoes too important, and they start acting like they wife material. No, you're not. Women who are wives don't move or act like that, but because men are so stupid and they value hoes, this is what happens. The only woman worth bragging about is your spouse. That's it. That's it. But I was telling Keith how if a man brings up something positive about his wife, like, motherfuckers don't even want to hear it. Yeah. You be like, yeah, man, my wife is so awesome, man. She went and got this for me, this and that. If you're talking to 2 dudes, let's say they're single, they don't care about that. They'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Hey, man, I'm going to get this big booty bitch tonight. Yeah. Man, she got a big old booty. She got some big old titties, man. I'm trying to see what's up. Yeah. You didn't just hear that man talk about his wife in an empowering way. You just ignored that. But y'all excited about hoes? Yeah. What's wrong with us? Like, as men, we need to like do some reverse engineering because this shit is not okay.
You know what's cold about that is that if the big booty hoe that you just smacking every now and then, if she ghosts you, you might be okay. You be like, dang, I wish I could still smack her, but she ain't hit me back in like 3 weeks.
Right.
But if your girl break up with you, niggas would be sick.
Oh, sick
to their stomach. Wanting to jump off of a building or something.
Yeah, threatening to hurt yourself just to get her attention. Because some motherfuckers be doing that weird shit.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is like the reason why the woman it hurts you and she's pulling on your heartstrings is because she's really valuable.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna get hurt over a hoe that's for everybody. But I see it too much. Like I see it mainly in hip hop culture though, where you got these women in the videos, they booty all out, they titties is all out. And those women are acting like they're too good for people.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, there are low-dwelling men and women in the world, and I just think that men need to stop this shit, man. We have to get smarter about how we deal with women because we're doing a terrible job leading a lot of women. And the main reason why I say that is because when women talk about, the patriarchy, which is the idea of that is a male-driven society. So as a male-driven society, we do need to do a better job with how we lead women because if you look at the way a lot of them are acting, it's just fucking terrible. And I think as men, if we were more intentional about how we dealt with women, it would change how women behave. And, I'm going to get pushed back for that probably. They'll be like, oh, no, I know you ain't trying to blame it on us. I'm not blaming it on women, but you are complicit. You are totally complicit. Totally. Because you didn't have to do any work. It's crazy. And a woman that's a spouse or a wife, they had to do work to become a wife in most cases. And some of them just sit around and they'll become a wife, but other ones actually invest in a man.
Yeah, you probably been through the trenches with a guy, maybe lived in an apartment and had a kid premature, and
exactly.
It's a whole story behind it sometimes.
Yeah. The thing about it too is, shout out to my boy Carlos, man. Carlos was telling me, man, I've been with my girl since I had a Honda with no AC in it. He got a nice house now. He got a son. He got a good woman, bro. That's that's something you should be proud of as a man. You got a solid woman. So if you was to die, you got a solid woman that will be there for your child. Now, what the crazy thing is how dudes be having kids by hoes. That's wild.
Yeah.
Like you literally had a kid by a woman that's for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, and I just seen 50 Cent recently. His baby mama was chilling with Diddy, and he was like had a video up talking about his baby's mama, like how she wasn't shit or whatever, right? Even though it was joking, that shit was corny by 50. It was corny. Like if your baby's mom is with another man, just leave it alone and shut up. And a lot of the reason why she was with you probably because she did not love you. You're 50 Cent, sir. If you forgot, and now you got your son and you talking about your child's mother, you don't look good doing that. You look salty.
Yeah. And Diddy is for the streets.
Right.
Diddy slayed a lot of women out in these Hollywood streets.
Oh yeah, a lot. So he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I think that I think we have to change the culture. I know the other day I was hanging out with some of my friends, and one of my friends was basically saying like, man, back in the day I had this threesome with this girl and this girl, and these are like local people that we know in Bakersfield. So he's like, yeah, I had this threesome with this girl and this girl. It was crazy. He's like, bro, I was winning, and I was like, no, you weren't. Especially because and I'm not saying no names, but the person that you were talking about is like, she got a history of getting smashed by a lot of different guys out here.
Right.
So that's just not nothing to brag about. And that's just like the mature version of that conversation. And not even, trying to, knock his hustle or whatever, but it's like, yo, we got to change the way we communicate, especially us being 30, late 20s, 30 plus year old men. This is the phase where you're supposed to be trying to settle down.
Right.
This ain't the phase where you still living out these, early 20, these childhood dreams of having, threesomes and all this stuff. Like you see it And it's kind of like disappointing, right? When you see celebrities, you see, and a lot of the guys that were like the Chris Browns and Trey Songz and Jamie Foxxes, a lot of these guys that were like popping when we were coming up, high school, junior high and stuff like that. These are all men that when you see them sometimes and you realize like they ain't in relationships and they still kind of like having these crazy parties with, you know, hundreds of women running around in bikinis, and you're just like, dang, like, don't that get tiring?
It's got to get tiring.
Yeah.
Not to mention, let's be very clear. You shouldn't be super happy you had a threesome, right? If you meet two women and they're like, I want to take you back to the house. This is not the first time they double fuck somebody. So I don't think that's something you should be like patting yourself on the back about. I've never had a threesome. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't care for it. I really don't. I mean, one woman is enough for me.
Yeah.
One woman's enough for me. Sometimes one woman be a lot to handle.
Yeah.
Shit. Sometimes it's a lot to handle. Some of these girls is you know, you try to hit them with that fatality and they don't be going down. But I think
finish him. Finish that pussy.
Finish her. You be like,
you know, she'd be wobbly like this.
Yeah. But toast it. Oh man, that's wild. But yeah, man. Yeah, you should be patting yourself on the back for, you know, this childish behavior. Yeah. You know, and not like it's not this girl's first rodeo. She's been in probably a couple threesomes. So I mean, just the idea you have, like, what does that do for your life? You know what's sad too? You could have a threesome, right? Which means it's two women. And you fuck two women and you like, I just had a threesome, it was dope, da da da. But when you get sick, you can't call either one of them.
Dang.
You can't. You can have a threesome with two women. Mind you, you just fucked two women. And if you got sick, you can't call them to help you out. So why are you bragging about having a threesome when it was with two women who are meaningless in your life?
And you know, with one of my we're having this conversation one day, and one of my guys who this was before he got engaged, and he was just talking about his run being out in the world with, you know, messing with different women, and he was basically saying like one of the things he realized, like when he finally settled down with his girlfriend and stopped messing with all these different women, was that those women don't actively pursue you. Like you, when I was, no matter if we had a cool relationship, we hung out every single day, but I was the proactive one in the communication, you know? And once you realize that, like once you realize that the girl that really loves you is the one that is actively sending you, like, you know, little texts throughout the day, like, hey, I'm thinking about you. Like, you know, we should go here. We should go here. I think you would look good in this shirt. All these different things. But the girls that you just like smacking every now and then, they're not concerned about your real life.
No, here's the reason why. If there is a woman that you're just casually fucking, you need to understand that she's also casually getting fucked by somebody else. And those men are giving her affirmation. So she's living in a world of a cycle of men that are fucking her and giving her attention. So if you don't text her, someone else will. But if you text her, oh, okay, cool. Eddie, he's 5 o'clock dick. Let me fit in Mark at 9 for the nighttime dick. And if you don't think women move like this, boy, you got something else coming. I'm not trying to speak on all women, but a lot of y'all is hoes. I'm just being honest. A lot of y'all is hoes, the same way men is too. See, and women will get mad when you make that statement, but here's the difference. Women are on the opposite side of the same experience as men. So if a man is running around fucking women being a hoe, the woman he was sleeping with is more likely what? A hoe. A man that's a hoe that's fucking everybody is not going to be fucking a lawyer on average. He's not going to be fucking a woman that's a virgin. He's not going to be fucking a woman that is consciously wanting to be married. He's not going to get that type of woman on average. He's going to get a woman who is worldly at Club Bricks, at the motherfucking bars that's out there. That's the main women he's getting. So it's just like a club is full of people who are lost souls. It's a bunch of lost souls out there.
Yeah.
And that's what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, so I think ultimately too, I will say this. I think that the more men deal with hoes, the more they start devaluing actual women. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem too. Because the same traits, the same character traits that you built while you was fucking all these hoes, you try to use that shit on a decent woman, and you just block your blessing when you do that.
Yeah.
You haven't developed any real skills that would keep you in a relationship.
Yeah, and then what happens too is like you miss out on some really good women because you be trying to put them in this category. Like it's like guys are hoes too, and I'm just using hoes not in a gender specific way. Like it's some real hoes out here, and they're aware of it. They know that they're not, they not tied down to no man, and they just living their life, and not even in a negative way. This is just kind of like the terminology we use to coin a very promiscuous woman.
100%.
But what happens is like you run into a girl you actually vibe with. Like,
right.
Y'all meet up for a date and y'all just chopping it up. Like a girl you can actually kick it with and not even be thinking about sex. Obviously you're sexually attracted to her, but there's moments throughout the day where you like, yo, this is really like you imagining her like being your girl and like going to the beach and all these different things, but you got hoe tendencies.
Yes,
so you treating her like she is all these other women when she not.
Right.
But she is sexually attracted to you too. So you smack her down, but you also got 4 or 5 other hoes you messing with.
Yeah, and that's not cool.
You just kind of get wrapped up in that.
What you do is you could wrap the right women. You could wrap the right women into your world that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. So you meet a woman that's decent and she likes you, she gives you a chance, but you still caught up in being immature and trying to have threesomes and shit. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't even. Either if she doesn't realize or she's oblivious to it, it'll never work out because you got whole tendencies. Mm-hmm. Like if you dealing with her and you like her and you got a good vibe, like, yeah, I love nature, girl. I think it's dope, but you should come back to my house tonight. And it's like, you shouldn't treat a woman like that when she is worth something. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not going to lie.
I think if the mature thing for you to do in that situation is just bow out. Like, just put her in a friend zone or something like that. Because there's a lot of women that's going to give you what you need and you ain't going to have no hard feelings either way. But if you mess up this type of relationship with a high value woman and a woman that actually likes you and she just kind of oblivious to you being a hoe, like you going to ruin her life.
I've had it happen to me like more than a few times where I'm dealing with a chick and I don't say I was oblivious. I was just a lot younger and I'm dealing with them. And you could tell that a woman is running the streets when they make certain statements like, Eddie, you're just too good for me. Mm-hmm. Or like, Eddie, you're a really good guy. Mm-hmm. Right? When a woman tell you something like that, you ain't getting no pussy, bro.
Yeah.
When a woman ever tells you like, you're just a really great guy, Eddie, you'd be like, oh, thanks.
No, I'm not. I'm a hoe too.
Yeah, and then they dip out on you and they leave you because they know they're a hoe. Mm-hmm. And they know that you're a good person, so they don't want to loop you into their whole lifestyle. And then what's funny is you be like, man, she didn't call me back or she didn't text me and whatever, and be like, I don't know what happened. Nothing happened. You didn't do anything wrong. Mm-hmm. You just see her running off with these toxic niggas because she doesn't have to have any type of a commitment from them.
Yeah, it's a certain responsibility to run into like a decent human being.
100%. When you run into a good woman, you can't play no games no more.
Yeah, you got to tighten up.
You got to tighten up. Vice versa. Women think that they could just be hoes and then they gonna meet their husband while they out there being a hoe. No, baby.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. You gonna have to clean your act up. Mm-hmm. You gonna have to literally go to therapy. You gonna have to stop fucking all them dudes.
Yeah.
You're going to have to, for reals, because the thing about it is a decent man could sniff it out, especially when you got experience. When you younger, especially when I was like 22, 23, that shit would go over my head a lot of times. Mm-hmm. I'd be having women stressing me out and hurting my feelings and shit. Mm-hmm. When in actuality, if I really understood how women were moving, then I'd be like, oh, she just a hoe. It's fine. Mm-hmm. I could get out of this situation what I want, but when you like literally invest your energy or emotions into a woman that's a hoe, all they gonna do is hurt you or cut you off. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing gonna come out of that because they know you a good person.
Yeah,
they know, and it's crazy, But yeah, man, fellas, you got to stop bragging on hoes, man. Mm-hmm. You gotta actually start putting some value on yourself because you're getting older, man. Like for me, even I feel like what exists now, especially that I'm 37, is even if a girl's not a hoe, she could be a hoe junior. Like she not fucking everybody, but she still be getting dick down. You know what I mean?
By like a small rotation of dudes.
Yeah, like a very small rotation. So she like she graduated from like being out there, but she like a whole junior. And you could deal with them a little bit, but you know ain't nothing coming out of that. You know, I'm at the point in my life where I genuinely want a decent woman, but I understand how difficult that's to come by for multiple reasons. One of them is a woman's life experience and how those experiences have crafted what type of men she deals with. Some women have dealt with so much trauma that it's imprinted them so much that even if there's a good man standing right in front of them, they don't know how to coexist with him. They only like bond with trauma. Yeah. It's a trauma bond. Yeah. Like I could come up like, hey, I love your that's a really nice blouse. How's your day going? Oh, okay. Well, you look very, you look like you're in a very cool moment. You know, you seem like you're like having a very serene moment over here, sitting over here at the park. Yeah. Just a really basic conversation. But I won't get no play. But then the nigga come up, damn, girl, what's up with you? Shit. What's popping? And he be the one that go get with her. And it's because the energy from a bad man is what they've connected to. Yeah. So even when a woman's trying to work on herself, they have to start to like update their programming because a woman could do all the healing she can, but if she's not choosing better men, ain't nothing gonna fucking change.
I would think they go hand in hand. I don't think a woman that's fully healed is choosing like a terrible guy. I think there's something like whatever your flaw is, whatever your character flaw is probably the reason you're still choosing these.
That's like, a good point.
Terrible.
That's a good point. But you want to know how you know a woman is healed? The way you can tell if a woman is healed is by the type of dude she dates. Let's say, for example, she got all these years of partying, fucking dudes, and the dudes she dated is like these football players, sports dudes, is tall and shit, or the rapper dude, or the cool dude, or the dude that dresses a lot, the metrosexual looking dude. She's dating all these guys. But then when she's like 31, you see her boyfriend, he's like 5'9". You know, he watches anime.
Good credit.
He got good credit. You know, he goes to CrossFit. That's the niggas y'all dating now because you've healed. You realize that all the motherfuckers you've been fucking all these years have not cared about you, and now you are dating the polar opposite of the motherfuckers you used to deal with. That's how I've seen women do this a million times. Why you think Sierra's with Russell Wilson? You don't go from Future to Russell Wilson. She was dating niggas like Future for years. And then all of a sudden you land on Russell. It's because you wanted better. And it was intentional. Yeah. Yo, have you noticed how the internet is turning on Russell Wilson lately?
Yeah.
They've been turning on this nigga bad. Even the broadcasters calling him lame.
Somebody said Russell Wilson looked like he swallowed Russell Wilson. I just made that up. Didn't nobody say it?
It sounded like a tweet. Oh, shit. He had a weird sandwich commercial. He's like, it's my new sandwich from Subway. Called it the Danger Witch. Because it's dangerous. Be careful. It's spicy. And everybody was like, this is fucking weird. This is fucking lame.
Sierra loved that, man.
But that's the thing. Yeah. Women will be with the quirky, weird guys because they know how to love you. And those are the guys that those dudes be used and abused. Russell Wilson's ex-wife cheated on him. Like she cheated on Russell Wilson. Yeah. With his fucking teammate. You know, so a lot of these good guys at the end of the tunnel, they've been used and abused.
Yeah, it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
Like Russell Wilson probably trying to rebound from a terrible person, and so is Sierra. So.
Yeah. But I just think with women it's just more blatant. It's more blatant. If you and ladies, I really hope somebody catches this and sends me an inbox. How many of your friends were fucking those dudes that were tall, cool, muscular motherfucking, they was in a rock band or something, and the boyfriend they got now is like he's like an investment banker or
financial advisor.
You know, he probably a little bit chubby. He's under 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And that's when women want love. I'm not saying they settle for a man like that, because believe it or not, they won. You know, but in a lot of women's mind, they settle for a man like that. But that's the dude that you really could have been dating for the past 10 to 12 years. You just always try to make the wrong niggas work out.
Yeah.
That's just the truth, man.
Yeah. I think overall we just got to do better
100%
at picking partners. But the best way to pick a good partner is to get yourself right.
100%.
Because if you still got them toxic traits and still haven't got over that trauma and stuff like that, you're gonna mess around. If
the light turned on in there,
what the heck? I'm scared.
Yeah,
there's somebody in there.
Yeah, somebody's definitely in there.
Well, well, you might see something crazy on this podcast today.
Yeah.
So.
Motherfucking Jeffrey Dahmer walked through the door.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. I've been watching that series lately. This is definitely it's different.
You like it?
Yeah. It's all right.
It's all right.
I haven't finished it yet, so I can't come to determination. I'm not like captivated by it, because I mean I know the real story. You know, but there's more to it. But yeah, folks, make sure you're being more intentional. And men more specifically, let's stop bragging on hoes.
Yeah, man, brag on your wife.
Yeah,
brag on your fiance.
Yeah, and the thing about it too is you can speak about something empowering that your wife did, and it's not lame. People make it like, dudes really think it's like low key lame when dudes be like, "Yo, I love my wife, she's awesome." Like, what's her name? Chance the Rapper came out with an album called The Big Day, right? Which I believe was referencing his marriage. Why is he one of the only rappers to talk about marriage?
Yeah.
Why?
That's not cool.
It's not cool to be married. Is that? It's like the allure of being single is so important. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then when you out there like that, it just doesn't. It's a bad look.
Yeah. Because hip hop is kind of. It's got a tone or a theme of like being a player, having a lot of women and having a lot of money and partying and stuff.
That shit ain't real, man. It ain't real.
A lot of these dudes be married. A lot of these dudes be cheating on their wives, but a lot of these dudes do be married. So they married for a reason. You know?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know,
I remember I was so shocked. Like I had to be 10, 11 years old, and it was like. Snoop Dogg's wife, such and such, has been behind the scenes for years as his manager, all these different things. And I'm like Snoop Dogg? You know, Ice Cube, all these guys. You'd be like, married. Oh, these dudes is married? What the heck?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, me personally, like the rapper thing, that shit is just fake though, man. It's like WWE, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. All right, switching gears. Social awkwardness. I wanted to bring this up because I've had this happen many times, and I'm sure that the listeners of this podcast have had this happen to them many times. How many times have you been on the internet and known somebody on the internet? Maybe they might live in your city. They probably added you, and you guys you converse on there, or they might inbox you something funny, but you guys have just a regular relationship. Nothing crazy on there, but these people feel comfortable interacting with you. And then you're out in public and you see them and you're about to say hi or whatever, but then like they look at you and kind of turn their head and they just keep walking. And it's the internet has created this social awkwardness that's so fucked up. And I've had it happen to me a lot, and it's getting worse. There's some people that they're more comfortable behind a keypad than in fucking public. And I didn't grow up in the time. I'm blessed that I was born in 1985 because I grew up in a time where that was pre-internet. And I was able to be introduced to the internet, but I had a real life going on. I went up to people physically for most of my life and talked to them and shook hands and cracked jokes. But these motherfuckers now, especially it's where when someone around your age is doing this shit.
Yeah.
It's like they've allowed the internet to swallow them. They don't even know how have conversation. Everybody's texting now. Nobody talks on the fucking phone anymore. It's so weird, man. We've crafted a world where we're communicating through text. I mean, literally, either through a text message, which is not very nuanced at all, or commenting on a post, not very nuanced at all, but verbally and personally, we are suffering. And it's creating like development issues in these young kids. I'm scared for them. How many times have you had a girl mention this? She was out in public somewhere and she seen a guy that she liked or whatever, and the dude kind of ignored her. And then when he left, he said, "Hey, was that you at the such and such?"
I've seen that so many times.
That's so fucking terrible. Back in when I was coming up, if we liked the girl, we walked up to her, asked her for a number, talked to her. But nowadays, it's like the internet is like almost shamed men for talking to women. Like, oh, that's a creepy. Like, don't come.
I'm not. I've seen that like from me too. Like, hey, was that you walking through Walmart earlier? You know, so the same. You know, obviously guys do that a lot, but I've seen girls do that too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, girls do it. But the sad thing about it is, and here's the problem too that the internet has created with the social awkwardness. So many women get attention, because I've had this happen with women more than anybody, but so many women are used to getting pointless attention. They're getting likes, they're getting DMs, they're getting comments all day long. And when they go out in public, they get a false sense of who they are because so many people are liking them on social media. But one, the reality of you is not matching the digital version, because the reality version is not usually the same as the digital, because you are fabricating those photos. Your booty don't look like that. Your face don't look like that. Your skin don't look like that. Your hair don't look like that. So you fabricated who you are on social media. You don't look like that. And when you go in public, you either are a little bit afraid somebody gonna see what you really look like, or you know you really don't look like that. Or your ego is inflated and you think you're too good to talk to people. But here's the problem. Everything that you've taken is in the digital world, not in reality.
The perfect angle.
You've done all these things to fabricate who you are, and now I see you in the flesh and it don't match up. But hey, I'm not judging you for that. However, I seen this one girl and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we kind of had a little bit of distance between us. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" That's all I wanted. I wasn't gonna reach out for a hug or none of bullshit like that. And then she comes up to me and gives me this very awkward side hug, like super side hug. And I was thinking, like, this girl thinks I want her. She has no idea that I'm not even into her. But the internet will give women a false sense of reality. Like, women will assume you want them and you don't. And it's because of all the attention that they're getting. And you see them in person, and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they'll like kind of look over and keep walking. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why would you ever assume? I hardly like anything you post. I don't be in your inbox. I might react to something, but I've never tried to get at you. If I've never tried to get at you, you shouldn't assume that I want you. And the internet, it's really fucking people up. It's a sad ordeal, man. It's really sad.
Yeah, I think that there's something to that idea that social media has created this weird space in reality, to where, like, you know, you see those interactions where somebody could be talking to you very I guess like your social media friend, you know, somebody that always comments on your Facebook post.
There you go. Exactly.
Always laughs at your stories or something like that. And then when they see you in person, they don't even say anything.
Yeah.
Or like that, like, you know, situations where you're telling me about this, where you're very familiar with somebody via social media, and that's probably how you know this person, and you try to, like, you know, you're not gonna break your back to say hi to them, but, you know, they act like you're not even in existence when you see them in a particular space.
That's weird.
So it just be so many scenarios to where this like this phone is like, it's like screwed us over in a sense. Like we don't like you said, we don't talk to each other on the phone no more. Like a lot of the community, some people don't even have people's numbers. They strictly communicating. They going on dates with people and they DMing them or Snapchatting them like, hey, I'm outside. I'm here. It's
fuck
like,
that shit. I'm not being on no date with nobody if I don't got your number.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's weird, man.
You don't trust me to have your fucking number? Fuck that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I do, and I don't know why men don't do this. I give women my number. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I give women my number, because your interest in me is going to be what causes you to text me. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be reaching out to you like every guy, because I know, especially by looking at women, you understand the level of, if they got big old titties and they got a big booty and they're very pretty, it's kind of fucking obvious they're going to be getting a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. So the best thing you could do, give them your number. If they don't text you, they don't owe you anything. Women don't owe you shit to begin with. Mm-hmm. But if you give them your number, at least they could, there'll be some interest there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's a strange time because people, like, it's like this weird digital currency. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why I don't like this whole idea of the meta world, because we're already deep enough, man. We don't need to get no fucking deeper. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't agree with fucking Zuckerberg, man. He needs to back the fuck off. Mm-hmm. It's bad enough when people don't really want to speak. Now you're gonna do this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. And even like when I see these kids, and as millennials, we're victims of it too. But the kids, they'll come into the classroom and they'll bust their laptops open and just scroll through YouTube. Like part of their the way they communicate is like, hey, look at this, or hey, look at that. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of sitting down and just being with people. So that's just the way the world. So I'm a little bit afraid of what this next generation of adults is going to look like.
Yeah. Also, like I think I mentioned a little bit earlier, like, it's just a whole bunch of men afraid to approach women because of the amount of attention women have sought online, saying, oh my God, all these men are just trying to talk to me. These gym creeps. Now, let me be clear. Creeps are a real thing. I've seen them. I seen one dude the other day. So creeps are a real thing. And there are men who are just a little too overly fucking familiar with women, and they keep bothering them. But the average man is not a creep. And they've made, the average man will be like, we'll go talk to her right now, but I don't want to come off as a creep. And it's like, nigga, you're not a creep. You're just a regular man that wants to go up and speak to a woman. But because we live in this digital time, even men are too afraid to approach a lot of women. I've been seeing complaints from women saying, like, men don't really like to approach me. I don't know if I'm intimidating or... No, you're not intimidating at all. We're not intimidated by you, but a lot of men don't want to approach you at a certain time or at a certain way because y'all have made it very clear that these guys are creeps and they keep trying to talk to me, and you do it for attention. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're not lying, for sure. But a lot of times, if you're just talking about these creeps, because on TikTok, it got popular. There was a bunch of women posting these stories on, not stories, but these TikToks of men putting gym creep, and the dude wasn't creeping on them at all. Mm-hmm. It was one that's bad, where this girl was like taking off her sweater, and she was like, "Are you done? Are you? What are you doing?" Mm-hmm. And the dude was in the back, like, "Excuse me, you talking to me?" She's like, "Yeah. Are you done? Like staring at me?" And he was like, "Ain't nobody staring at you. Matter of fact, I work here. Get out of the gym." He threw her out the gym.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she tried to turn him into a fucking TikTok, and it backfired on her.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's sad when women have gotten to the point where they want to use a man as content for a gym creep. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, let me be clear when I say this. I already said it before. It's dudes that really be creeping on women, so I'm not invalidating every woman's claims because it's fucking the truth. But, hey, I didn't have women low-key creep on me in the gym. Mm-hmm. I swear to God. It'll be a woman that'll come right in front of you and start doing RDLs, and her butt is spreading open right in front of your face. Mm-hmm. And it's like, baby girl, you could have did that over there. You got a nice booty and you're attractive, but, I mean, you put me in an awkward position. Mm-hmm. Like, I was over here working out without you here.
Yeah.
You bending over doing Romanian deadlifts. Mm-hmm. Like,
I thought it was Russian.
Huh? No, it was Romanian.
Romanian deadlifts? Yeah. Well, it's a different country.
Yeah. I thought it was Turkish deadlifts. Like, this nigga just making shit up now.
TDLs.
You know? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. But yeah, man. Another point I wanted to make about this too, man. I think I pretty much have said what I needed to say. Mm-hmm. I just think that if you're a person that has done this, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but you need to fucking change it. Mm-hmm. We need to get back to talking to people. We need to get back to, you know, and this is what I was gonna say too. Fellas, men need to do a better job of understanding when women are into them or not too, though. That's what also added to this. Mm-hmm. Men have a problem understanding attraction. Like, men don't wait for, like, you know, like social cues. Mm-hmm. Like, if a woman is trying to extend a conversation with you, that mm-hmm. may also mean she may like you. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean it's a sure thing, but that may mean she is interested. Another thing is body language and mannerisms and things like welcoming cues. Yeah. Those things will let you know if a woman's into you. But you know what men do? Most men, I would say, most men will walk up to a woman. She will not have any type of attraction to him, and he'll just keep going. He'll just keep talking. And be like, hey, were you around here lately? Are you around here much? And she's like, no, I'm not around here.
Or not even, not that, but also not even recognizing, like, the space.
Yes.
Like, you in Starbucks trying to holler at the barista or whatever mm-hmm. when it's 5 people standing in line behind you.
Yeah, it's like, it's just a lack of social awareness from men, though. Mm-hmm. Men got to do a better job. Like, bro, I've had women that I just try to, my thing is, I don't have game. Game is fake. Mm-hmm. Game is fake. Don't believe that. Value means something. Mm-hmm. And also, when I try to talk to women or just have like have a conversation starter, like a girl the other day, she had a big old thing of Modelo's. And I was like, oh, so it's Modelo time, huh? She's like, yeah, I'm going to a wedding. But it was just like friendly. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, she wasn't trying to extend that conversation past that. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I knew that I'm not going to go forward with mm-hmm. anything else. If she had responded and said, yeah, it's Modelo time. Yeah, I'm at this wedding or this and that. I've been tired. I had a long weekend. That's when you know you need to go in and keep talking. Mm-hmm. When they're extending that conversation, now mm-hmm. we can keep talking. Mm-hmm. But dudes, they'll say that and they'll be like, oh, so you finna get drunk tonight or what? Mm-hmm. It's like,
where the function at? I'm trying to pull up.
Like, she doesn't like you, man.
Yeah.
She don't like you, man. And a lot of women have complained that, hey, whenever I'm nice to men, they just hit on me. Mm-hmm. And I think some of it is exaggeration, but I think a lot of it is true.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lot of men that just don't fucking get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know, as far as a woman goes, or I don't know, as far as anybody goes, I don't think that should deter you away from being a nice person.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I don't know. I got to see it because I think a lot of, like you said, I think a lot of people in general exaggerate. Mm-hmm. But definitely, I think a lot of those situations, as far as like women goes, I think that's a little bit overblown too.
It is, but like, can we be honest, Keith? Let's speak more specifically. A woman that's very pretty with huge tits, when she's being nice, most men are probably gonna think like, let me shoot my shot. Mm-hmm. And that's just the truth. But with me, because I'm mature enough, especially now, I realize that a woman that looks like that's being nice to me, that doesn't mean she wants me. I still wait for those social cues.
Yeah.
But men is like, man, I got to go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess for me, I just want to see some context, right? Because is it like you just walking down the street and saying, hi, how are you? Like, and man is taking that as like, oh damn, let me like, I could understand that. Like, dog, she just saying hi.
She just saying hi. That's too much.
You could go on about your day.
Right.
You know. So I don't know. I just got to see it because I don't know. I don't believe nobody. I feel like people be capping all the time.
Yeah, people be capping too, but a lot of this shit is real, man. Mm-hmm. A lot of this shit is real, and I've seen a lot of men do it. Mm-hmm. And they don't get it. I've seen a lot of examples of that, but I've seen a lot of examples of women who are full of shit. Mm-hmm. That their ego is just so fucking huge, you know. Mm-hmm. And I've seen women try to game men up, and the man just did not give a fuck. Mm-hmm. Some women, they be thinking that they're so pretty that they could walk up or try to get a man's attention, and then when the man don't give them no play, they be like, oh, he must be gay.
Yeah.
I've seen that before, and I'm like, no, the man's not gay. He just don't like your ass.
Yeah.
Like, that's your ego talking. You're not used to having your ego flattened. That's the unfortunate thing about really attractive women is they're not used to rejection. So when you reject them, because you ever seen somebody that was, I don't know if this makes sense to people listening. You ever seen somebody who was sexually attractive, but you were not attracted to them? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, she's a pretty girl or a good looking woman, but you're just not attracted to them.
Yeah. You're just cool. You're cool off her.
Yeah. You just cool off her. And they'll low key be like shooting at you, and you'll be like, oh, that's cool. I'm about to go eat some lunch. Like, you just not own it. And they kind of like almost like get frustrated. It was this chick in college. She was cute. She was a mixed chick. She was like half black, half white. I forgot her name, but I'm not going to say her name anyways. But they was like, man, these dudes like, you ain't going to get at her, man. She been throwing herself at you, man. What is you doing? And I'm like, so I have to like her? Like, I have to like her because she's throwing herself at me? Like, like what are you talking about, man? That's wild.
Yeah.
Good times, man. I think Keith is his energy his battery's going down.
No, I actually just forgot what the original subject was.
Social awkwardness.
The social awkwardness, yeah. Definitely, yeah. It's running rapid. I think if we get back to a space where or we start picking up the phone, like one of the things that I've been doing more frequently is just like talking to people that I haven't, like scheduling phone calls. Like I'll schedule a phone call with somebody I haven't talked to in like 2-3 years. Like, hey man, like let's hop on FaceTime, or let's hop on a Zoom, or let's talk on Saturday, or whatever the case may be. Or just like going out to lunch with my friends or family or something like that, and then like just putting your phone. I put my phone on do not disturb, going and having lunch with people, like just those interactions. And it'd be so powerful because you be getting like I have so many unresponded to text messages, and it's not even that. So there's some people, that girls be like, oh my gosh, I'm just such a bad texter, and all the
bullshit,
all those cliches, whatever.
Bad texter, my ass.
I wouldn't call myself a bad texter, but like oftentimes I'm like, it's just too many people. Like if I really spent the time out of my day to respond to, because it's like 200 something like unresponded text messages in there, and it's if I would drive myself crazy trying to respond to every text, every Instagram message. But when it's in person, like it's real. You know what I mean? Like we gonna chop it up and we gonna hang out and everything is gonna be good. But text messages, it's just like not an effective way to communicate.
No, not at all. That's why like if I even when I'm trying to get to know a woman, I like that to be personal. I like the one to meet like. When women, I could tell when they communicate through text too much because they're sending you text messages that are questions or they're trying to spark your interest with something. And I'm like, no.
They're trying to have a like a real legit conversation through text.
I'm not going to do that with you because that requires me to look at my phone all day and be down there. And it's just, it's not nuanced enough. Like if you want to call me, that's what I do. Sometimes I just call. Boom. I just be, and people be like, no, it's not right to just call people. It's a fucking phone. Hello.
That's what it's made.
What it's made for, to call people.
Yeah.
So I surprise call them. Boop. They be like, hello. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I'm gonna tell you something. What people don't get, women be like, you know what? All these guys are playing games and people aren't. Well, how about you get them on the phone and you would see the person's intentions a lot faster than texting them all goddamn day.
Yeah.
When you put a person on the spot and you have a conversation with them, they start unraveling themselves. Have you noticed that? When like, for example, me and Keith are on this podcast. We do it for, an hour and a half, 2 hours every week, right? And during the course of our conversations, you've got to know more about us and how our psychology is based on us having 2 hour fucking conversations, right? Now, imagine you get somebody that you're trying to know and you get them on the phone for, it ain't got to be an hour. 32 minutes, 45 minutes. Within that 45-minute phone call, you have ran through different scenarios, had conversations. You can get an idea of who they are and where their empathy lies. They'll be like, hey, guess what, man? I ran over a dog. And you like, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I love animals. Like, you're laughing about running over a dog. Like, we ain't got nothing to talk about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this don't text or call me no more. If you're dealing with a person that think it's funny to run over animals, that's a fucking, no.
But you're not going to get that through a text.
No, you're not. Nobody's going to text you, ran over a dog today, LOL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But people start to unravel. Why do you think them police interrogations go the way they go? Because it start off with the police smiling in your face. They gave you a Big Mac meal and a soda and some fries and shit.
A Lil Mac.
Yeah, Lil Mac, right? And everything's all good. And as time progresses, you get comfortable and you be like, yeah, I shot him in the head. But I mean, oh, you shot him. Okay, tell us more about that.
Get this man some cigarettes.
Yeah, let's get this man another Big Mac. Let's get him some Newports. This motherfucker's unraveling. And here's why. Because they got you comfortable. I love to get women comfortable on the phone and not to be, what do you call it? I'm not trying to be manipulative at all. All I'm doing is just being normal. But in that conversation, I'm probing you. I'm asking certain questions. Even questions that aren't direct. Like I could be speaking around something and how you respond to that is just like, oh, yeah, I've heard some shit over the phone, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've heard some shit.
The one was like, how do you know Chad? And it'd be a guy that you like be, your boy, but she scrolled through your Instagram and seen a picture.
Oh yeah.
She might have got smashed by Chad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that too. That's a very common thing with women is when they ask you how you know somebody, her and that guy had history. Like you'll just be talking like, yeah, that game was good. The Milwaukee Brewers are doing their things. How do you know Jason? You'll be like, Jason who? And then they say the name like, oh yeah, he's a cool guy. I used to know him from such and such. Like, oh, okay. And it's like, ladies, you have no idea how badly you're hanging yourself when you do that.
Yeah.
You have an insecurity. And here's the problem too. You think in your mind that person that you fucked or you had history with, that they're running back information to us. When truth be told, I don't care. I just was trying to get you out and have a good time. But you made it worse. You just ruined it. And sometimes women don't realize. They'll be like, wow, he ghosted me. No, we didn't ghost you. Sometimes you said something on that date that was so out of pocket that we chose not to deal with your ass no more. Like Chris Rock and I think I told you. But
Nia Long.
Yeah, Chris Rock and Nia Long, they went on a date a long time ago and they were on the Wendy Williams show talking about it. And Nia Long said that everything was fine until he gave me the wrong number. And then Wendy Williams was like, Chris, did you give her the wrong number? He said yes. And everybody was like, ooh. And he's like, I'll tell you why. Basically, on the date, Chris Rock asked Nia Long, so are you seeing anybody? And Nia Long said, no, but I know where to get dick if I need it. That's what she told him on a date. That is not, how do you say it? That is not something good to bring up on a date. It's not a productive conversation.
It's not a good date etiquette.
It's not a good date etiquette at all. You telling me about the dick you getting on the date?
Yeah.
You think that I'm a sucker enough to take you on another date after you talk to me like that? Baby, you got to go. I don't care how fine you. And Nia Long, fine now. Like, she was fine then. But
Nia Long been fine for a long time.
For a long motherfucking time. But it doesn't matter how fine you are, how good you look. When a man has integrity, he gonna get rid of your ass.
Yeah.
You have no right to talk to me like that. Nope. I know where to get when I need it. So you bringing up other men on a date like it's just cool?
Nia Long gonna be on the dating scene again soon.
Oh, yeah. She already on it. She probably already got somebody she dating.
Yeah.
Pretty women don't ever go without men. Like women could be mildly attractive. Like I've seen women literally who are mildly attractive, and they had another motherfucker in 2 weeks. Oh yeah, because the whole time y'all dating. Men think they be the only one. And the woman may not be cheating on you or nothing, but she already got about 2 or 3 dudes she's ready to fuck when y'all break up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they ready. They in the chamber, loaded.
That goes both ways though.
No, not really. Not
guys
really.
For sure got like the girls that they cut off and they just kind of double back afterwards.
The difference is women have an abundance because men approach women women don't approach us. So it's harder for us to hold on to those options because once we make it known that we're in a relationship, a lot of them women fall back. So by the time we back single again, we got to work for pussy. Whereas women just go out in the world and they got dick waiting on their ass. That is the difference. That is the major difference. And when a girl is beautiful, she could go to a whole new city where she knows nobody.
Yeah.
And she could go out one night on the town and she got multiple dudes getting at her. The difference with us, if we go to a new town, a new city, we got to work hard to get at these girls. And it's a big difference. Yeah. But there's that, man. We'll go ahead and move on from that. Switching gears. Do platonic relationships affect romantic relationships? And this conversation was stemmed off of the Rory and Mal podcast where they were basically saying, like, if a girl got a homeboy, he can't call the house at midnight while I'm there. Like, you ain't going to call my girl and this and that. And I think the conversation between, B. Simone and Mal, it wasn't very productive. And it was coming from a place, this is just my opinion, it was coming from a place of not only, I won't say so much insecurity, but the lack of them ever having a real platonic friend in their life. See, me, I have only a few women that I've called like a real friend, 3 women more specifically, and they like sisters to me. I cared about their heart, not their vagina. They was really down women for me. And I've had the homegirl calling me at, like, hey, Eddie, can you talk? And it's like 1 a.m. I'm like, yeah, call me. It's cool. I'm here. And she talking to me. She's going through something. She probably, she broke up with a guy or a guy treated her bad. And I'm just basically speaking not so much just sense into her, but trying to rationalize her position. Like almost like, hey, you should have seen that. He wasn't a great guy. Or, when he did this, you probably should have seen that. Whatever the case, right? But when it's really your platonic friend, it ain't nothing funny going on. She just happens to be a woman. So what's funny is I find it hilarious how a lot of people will say, you could totally be friends with men and women. No problem. But then you turn around and act like this. You really don't believe in platonic relationships if that's the case. Because truth be told, with me and my homegirl, if I'm on the phone with her and I'm going through it, she would tell me things about from a woman's perspective that helped me out. A lot. This is why I say men need to listen to women. Sometimes women, y'all don't be knowing what the fuck you talking about, but it's a lot of times where women will have a very good rational outlook on what you're going through and why that woman probably feels the way she feels. And it helps you. The same way with men, vice versa. I talk to my sister. She'll call me about something and it won't be about her boyfriend directly, but it'll be something about men and how we process things. And I'll explain it to her and it gives her, information. Yeah. So we kind of need each other more than we think. But I don't think there's anything wrong with a platonic relationship, and it should not affect your relationship because your friend should also be friends with your husband or wife. And I think if I met a woman that had a friend, and let's say they've been friends for like 20 years since they was the childhood, right? I want to get to know this guy. Like I want to get to, what the fuck are they doing over there? What's going on? Anyways. I want to get to know the person, right? So that's the thing. Yeah. What are they just standing at the door? Hi.
I don't think they're working over there.
Oh, okay. I was like, this motherfucker look like E.T. standing to the window there. No. Nah. I want to get to know the person. I want to get to, know who they are and understand their psychology, But yeah, there's that though, man. I just think that we don't have enough examples of platonic relationships, and it's affecting how we have a very skewed view of it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not
bro.
It's not an easy thing, and it's not the norm at all. Just because, because of some of the conversations we had earlier, as far as like. There's just so many hoes as far as like men and women being hoes. So a lot of times our communication is based off of us being attracted to them, like to the other person. Yep. And when your relationship starts in a space of like being attracted to one another, it's hard to be, friends in most situations.
Exactly.
I think most interactions between men and women are that of like, I like you and you like me and we're going to do something about it, or I like you and you don't like me and we just kind of not going to do nothing, or vice versa.
Right.
I don't think most heterosexual people just like live in that space where like I am just cordial with this person. Outside of like work, like, in work spaces you can have like certain dynamics where you can be dependent on your job. There's some jobs where there's a toxic culture where you just like having sex a lot of times. But like certain professions you can have like let's say for example you are, I don't know, you work at like some law firm or something like that. There's probably like a certain dynamic where you have like work relationships that are not like, there's like there's pretty platonic, and you're not even like friend. It's not like you going out and having beers. It's just like, hey, how's your wife? How's blah blah blah, and then you kind of keep it moving. But I just don't, even in my personal life, I just don't have that story. Like you said, you probably have like 3 people, and you probably have, in the tens of like dudes where you would, consider your friend.
I would say that the average woman I am not a friend with, I'm either trying to fuck them or be in a relationship.
That's just kind of what it looks like.
But the average relationship I have with women involves sex or a potential relationship. And that is for most people. Most women, if a woman tells you, most of my guys are friends, I don't get along with women, I know she's full of shit, because the average relationship is either her keeping those guys around as options, or it is them liking her or her liking them. That is just the average relationship from people, right? And then people will try to debunk this theory and say, well, it depends on maturity, and women are more mature than men. So no, shut up. No, that's not what it is at all, because most men and women do not have these relationships. They just don't. I think it's very special when a man and woman are friends and it's platonic, because as a man, I feel a great deal of responsibility for this woman, because I think it's important that if she's doing something that's out off color, I'm going to let her know, like, hey, you're tripping. You need to chill out. That's not cool. You shouldn't be talking to him like that, or whatever the case. And, hold her accountable as well as the situation. If you are a genuinely platonic man, you have to value a woman's heart, not her vagina, and vice versa. When women are dealing with a dude and they're trying to talk sense into him. But with most people, this is the worst one. Whenever I hear women say, I'm still really good friends with my ex, I'm thinking like, oh no, we can't talk. Because I know, like, for me, I think it is hard to
pause.
Yeah, there you go. You got me back. There you go. All right, Keith, there you go. All right, you got it cooking now. I think it's hard to be in a relationship or a marriage for 10 years, 12 years, 8 years. It could be 7 years, whatever. And it was an intimate relationship. You mean to tell me that you guys are still friends and laugh and hang out? This guy that you were calling your friend was fucking you for 7 years.
You mean back shots.
He was fucking you and experimenting. Because when people have sex for a while, they start trying new shit. So he's putting thumbs in there and vibrators and all kind of stuff. You was probably pegging him and shit.
Oh my
God. And now y'all just friends, and you expect for me to be okay? No.
Yeah.
The only friendship I could accept as a man is a strictly platonic relationship with
no history.
With no history of the sex shit, man. And there's another one that me and Keith talked about earlier, is I think that these platonic relationships also get a little bit tricky when their friend is very attractive.
Yeah.
Like, for example, let's say I'm with a woman and she's like, this is my friend. We've been friends for this long, but this dude is handsome. Like, no homo, but we all know we know what ugly looks like, which we understand what handsome means. The dude's probably muscular, 6'5", you know what I'm saying? Looks like an athlete or something, and he's hanging around your girlfriend, and you're like, what the fuck why is this guy around? What is he doing? What's his story? What's he doing? right? And in those situations, those are not very common. Usually your girl is friends with a dude that wears Hawaiian shirts and he got a big stomach and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if this motherfucker is out there looking like Tyson Beckford, you like, God damn. I got a fucking, my girl is friends with Michael B. Jordan. How did this happen?
Yeah. But I think the thing for me, I don't even know if the attraction would be anything. For me, it's more of the context, right? Like y'all just two single attractive people that's just like hanging out so much. Like, I don't know. Like when the last time he been in a relationship? You know what I mean? That's that. I think that's the thing for me. Like if you've been his friend through him being in, you know, a relationship, then I'd be like, okay, I could kind of see like, you know, this guy's been you've been with him or by his side through different eras of women and stuff like that, but it's just not the norm, you know what I mean? So you know, I guess it would be a reason to pause in any of those situations where it's just two attractive people hanging out and they just strictly friends. And people also lie. People be lying about like their history, like you know, it just wasn't that bad, or you know, that wasn't a thing, or you know, we just dated for a little bit, or whatever the case may be. Like you just don't know what the real context of a relationship
is. This is why it's important to have conversations on the phone too, because you will get the full context. So we're like, yeah, you know, I don't think I told you about my friend David, but you know, we've been friends for a long time, and one time we tried to date, but it didn't work out, you know, but we remained really good friends, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool, and I'll never fucking call that girl back again, and I'll never call her back. I won't deal with her again, and people will say like, well, Eddie, it's because you're insecure. Call me whatever you want, that's fine. But when you had a romantic history with someone and you've downgraded to a friend, that doesn't change the fact that they was fucking you doggy style. That you can't delete doggy style, okay? It's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Right? If you got that type of history with somebody and you want to just be, and you think it's okay to keep them around as a friend while you want to build a real marriage or relationship, you need to grow up, because that's immature. I would never have a woman around that I had a sexual history with and think that I could introduce them to my wife. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
That don't really fly. Like women are too insecure for that to even be a thing.
You said what?
I said women are too insecure for that to be a thing.
Shit, I am too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't want no dude that's been dicking down my girl to, you know, my wife to be doing that. Yeah.
Because the thing about it is the problem is it could be a time where you don't know what information she's running back to this man. You could get in a big argument with her. Things aren't great, and she's calling this guy like, yeah, this shit is ridiculous, and you know, this is bad. And he'd be like, wow, well, I'm here at the house. You can stop by and we can talk. You know, and now she getting secretive back shots. And you know, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. For sure. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man, but it really does happen.
I think that's so crazy. I've been in a situation where I think like a girl's been in a relationship and I've been like, I wouldn't even say like the friend, but like they try to put me in like that role. They try to like friend zone me when they are in a relationship.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
And I'm just like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, you could tell.
But they still giving you like a fraction of attention. So so you know that when they break up with that person, you know, game's on.
You first up.
Yeah, you first up to you in the dugout right now.
No, you in the bullpen.
You in the bullpen.
You're a pitcher.
Yeah.
You a relief pitcher on that pussy.
Yeah.
You the closer.
There you go.
Yeah, man. That's bad, dude. You could tell too. In certain times, there's certain red flags too.
Yeah.
Like if a chick is in a relationship and you know, she posts about how much she love her man or whatever, and then she has said something to you that was sexually inappropriate as like a joke or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, I already know you ain't no good. I shouldn't receive no type of energy like that from you.
Yeah.
You know, so if you lead this dude, I know I could smash if I tried.
Yeah. I've been in situations where like I'll be like hanging out with her. You know, sometimes you got to hang out with somebody to get like a vibe. Like y'all might watch a movie or something, and you don't do nothing in that aspect, and then you find out afterwards that they were in a relationship. But it was only when you try to make an advance on them, like, hey man, you should, hey man, hey girl, you should come over, like, and hang out or something like that. And then they try to bring out the relationship on you, but you're like, I'm already like, I'm already a foot deep in, trying to smash, and you bringing up a relationship now.
And it's crazy. I remember, I don't know why, I remember this very vividly. This had to be, oh God, it was many, many years ago. It had to be at least 8 years ago, minimum. And it was this chick I used to see her at the gym, but I never really talked to her. She's very, very cute. She's a mixed girl, half black, half white. A lot of my stories have mixed women in them for some reason.
There you go, mixing it up.
Yeah, well, and this was at, I used to go to In Shape off of California. And I seen her in there. We started talking about something, and then we just start just chatting it up. And like the conversation start going deep. Like I'm looking at her all in the eyes. She look at me in the eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to score this. This chick is fucking hot. And like literally, we were talking for like over 30 minutes, dude. If we were the conversation got it was so intense that we were talking on the floor. We were like the gym floor. We were working out, and then we start walking towards the exit almost. And we were just standing in the lobby area, just talking to each other. And then at the end, she was like, "Yeah, it's crazy. My boyfriend is like," and I was like, "Oh my God, dude. I'm over almost 40 minutes into this conversation, and
I wasted 40 minutes of my life.
I could have just once she said that, my shoulders dropped.
I bet." The whole thing got awkward after that.
Yeah, my penis wasn't erected. We had a 40-minute conversation. The whole time my penis was erect. I'm playing, you guys. But yeah, man, I was just like, dude, like, I don't understand these women.
Yeah.
If you are in a relationship, that does not mean you can't be friendly, you can't be kind, but you need to stop being so inviting. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have you. If I meet, okay, look, let's say you're married, right? And you're out at a bar or wherever you're at, and a guy approaches you, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm married, but you can have me on Instagram. Like, no.
Yeah.
No. There's so many women that do that shit. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, well, I can't give you my number. I give you my Snapchat. It's like, why?
Yeah.
You're inviting too much energy into your marriage or your relationship when you do that shit.
I feel like when you get married, you should just delete Snapchat.
Yeah, you should, honestly.
Or if you get in a serious relationship.
Yeah, you should delete it. Because it ain't nothing but the devil on that motherfucker.
Yeah, Snapchat is for sure the devil.
Yeah, it's definitely the devil. Yeah, I'll be chilling, wake up, and it's just an ass. You'd be like, damn.
Just titties sitting in your inbox.
Yeah, I'll be like, man. I think it was like during before the podcast one time. I think you hadn't showed up, and then I just got some titties. And I was like, yo, how you doing? It's like, I'm good. How's everything been?
That's crazy.
It's like, you just gonna send me some titties like that?
Yeah, that's like they probably got in. It was probably in a 2, 3, 4 year relationship. They got out of it, and they like, oh, I haven't talked to Eddie in a while. Here's some titties.
Yeah, here's some titties.
A Titties Mind podcast.
Yeah, and then you didn't bother to ask if I was in a relationship. You just felt like the titties is just okay to send.
Yeah.
Unsolicited tit pic.
Unsolicited tit pic.
Oh, we get those, ladies. You talk about, you can complain about your dick pics you get, but we get fucking tit pics and ass pictures. Yeah, or it'll be like a thirst trap. Like, oh, how's everything going? Or, oh, it's so hot out here today, and they'll be standing there in a G-string. You be like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's crazy.
You're like, I want some pussy, but how you doing? What are you doing this for?
I remember I was talking to this girl once. I think it was like on Instagram or something like that. And I was trying to get at her. I was just flirting with her a little bit. But it was like early in the flirt or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, I see you. You've been working out. You've been, you know what I'm saying, getting them gains, getting them booty gains. And then she just instantly sent me a booty picture. And I was like, dang.
That shit been saved in your phone.
Yeah, I was like, you done sent this to 10 niggas.
Oh, yeah, you've been spamming niggas with this picture.
Have you know the Google Lens? Google Lens, that like you could put your camera on like an object and it'll like show it on the internet. Like say if it's like say you got like a flower or something, and then you put it on there and it'll like show the Wikipedia page and all the information. It'll be like, oh, this is a sunflower. Yeah. The scientific name is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'd be wondering if that like you could do that on like certain booty pictures. Like this has also been shared with Jaquarius and Jamonte and DeAndre.
Nah, you click on it, that motherfucker just say Bang Bros. You didn't share this motherfucker on Pornhub Bang Bros.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit bad, man. Yeah, but there's that, man. You want to knock out one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's knock it out. It'll be a quick one, man. Switching gears. Khloé Kardashian. Khloé Kardashian has brain trauma from Tristan Thompson cheating on her. Here's the thing. Khloé Kardashian has brain trauma from Tristan Thompson cheating on her. TMZ reports that on a recent episode of The Kardashians, Khloé sought the help of Daniel Amen to check her brain health. She had an MRI and the doctor reviewed the results with her. The MRI images shows changes in Khloé's brain patterns that indicate trauma. One source of trauma in Khloé's life has undoubtedly been Tristan Thompson. Their off and on again relationship would have anyone's head swirling. Even though Tristan has been caught cheating on Khloé several times, goddamn, he convinced her to have another baby with him in July last year.
But the baby is like a surrogate or something.
Yeah, something
that's so stupid.
Yeah, he probably fucked. In November.
Yeah, ain't no surrogate. He just cheated on you.
Yeah. He's like, just tell him just tell him it was a surrogate.
This is planned.
Was implanted with a fertilized embryo. Weeks later, Khloé found out Tristan was also having a baby with another woman, and he knew about it before talking her into doing the same. According to Psych Central, infidelity can have a lasting impact on partners and the children the couple may have. Grief brain changes behaviors down the road, and mental health conditions such as anxiety, chronic stress, and depression can result. And trauma. Anyways, here's the thing. When it comes to her brain trauma, I'm going to tell you why I don't care and why I don't have any empathy for her. Tristan Thompson has proven through actions that he is a terrible human being in regards to him keeping it in his pants. He fucked his trainer and got her pregnant. You see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he fucked his trainer and got her like, this guy just has no control. And not to mention, here's the word, he's fucking these girls raw, no condoms. Mm-hmm. He had a threesome with those two chicks he met, and it was on camera kissing both of them. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, this guy just doesn't have any control. I think at some point you stop being a victim and you become a willing participant. You are hurting yourself. That brain trauma wasn't from Tristan, it's from you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't motherfucking go to McDonald's and eat there every day and say it made you fat. You bought them Big Macs, okay? Mm-hmm. Nobody forced you to eat them Big Macs. You ate them. Don't try to sue McDonald's for it, okay? Mm-hmm. You supersized every meal. They didn't make you supersize. They just asked, sir, would you like to supersize those fries? Mm-hmm. And you said yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, goddammit. And that's the problem.
Yeah. I think that the reason I don't like this conversation is because we just seen Tua Tagovailoa for something.
Tagovailoa?
Yeah, that guy on the Miami Dolphins, the quarterback, get 2 concussions in a matter of 5 days or something like that. And you have this Kardashian who is like, they're using very particular words. They're using words in order to. There's a version of this story that could have said she is dealing with a lot of trauma because Tristan Thompson, cheated on her. There's a version of this story that could have said she's stressed out, because because Tristan Thompson, cheated on her. But they're saying she got brain trauma. Like, this Tua's career might be over. We see guys like Steve Young's, multiple concussions. Yeah. All these guys that have, the CTE and all, like, this is real life. And you got this woman that it was, like you said, a willing participant and took this guy back multiple times when everybody in the world was like, yo, this nigga's wildin'. He in a club with girls. It's so many stories coming out. He having babies on the side. We don't even know the context of their relationship, but every time we see that they are still in a relationship, we like, nigga, I thought y'all broke up 5 babies ago.
I know.
But she's still in it. And I just don't even like the way that they defined this thing, and she getting a whole MRI. I don't know if this is for the show or
it's
what.
It's just content, bro.
But it's just like,
Yeah.
I think we got to be very particular with the way we communicate things, because like I said before, there's real, like you and I have both played football.
Right.
We've both done our research as far as like CTE, and we seeing Antonio Brown acting very
crazy,
strange and stuff like
shit.
that. And you're comparing your experience to people that have collided with other men at the impact
Full
that
speed.
that is only replicated in freaking car accidents. And you trying to say that you got some brain trauma because somebody cheated on you.
You just doing that shit for content.
Yeah,
I think that like there could be brain waves or whatever that could be different from other ones. That's a proven fact. Like if you sat there and watched TV all day versus you reading books and being active, your brain patterns will be different. That's been proven. So I think that they just kind of, I feel like they just kind of so much exaggerated or found the most like simplistic information to be like, she's got brain. She don't got brain trauma. You don't get brain trauma from getting cheated on. You get trauma, but not brain trauma. You can reverse trauma. Just be smarter and don't date niggas that can't keep it in their pants.
Yeah.
But for some reason, she just won't leave Tristan. You know,
it was for the streets. He must be blowing her back out or something.
I don't even know.
I don't know what it is. I
don't even know if she's dickmatized. I think she's manipulated. I think that I think woman being dickmatized goes so far. I think that it's not even about the dick at some point. I think it's some women just get manipulated so much that they just don't want to live. They find comfort in the manipulation.
Yeah.
Some dudes are so controlling and shit, or, highly manipulative, where they could get, I bet you Tristan could get to the point where he getting head from some chick and she walks in and he's like, it's not what you think. It's not what she's trying to help me. I'm going through a lot right now. I'm stressed out. She's trying to help me.
Averaging 0.5 points a game, and she giving me head to help ease the stress.
She's trying to help me. Like, that's what's going on, Khloé. Like, if you understood me and you weren't so stuck up, you would understand it. And she's like, I'm trying to understand, Tristan. I don't know what's going on. And this shit really be happening.
If you would have paid more attention to me, I wouldn't be getting head right now. dudes be talking crazy.
And then he gotta like speak up louder because like she gotta be able to hear him over the gawk noise. Look,
that's wild.
Look, I'm trying to get some help. I need to get some more rebounds or they're gonna cut my contract.
I need to get some more rebounds.
I'm like, God damn, Tristan.
Dang, man.
How old is that dude, man? Is he like 32?
Yeah, he's the early 30s, I believe.
He's just too old to be doing this shit, man. He's too old. It's gonna get to a point where teams ain't even gonna fuck with him no more.
I don't think he's on his team right now, is he?
He was on Sacramento last year.
He's on the Kings.
What? Yeah, he was on the Kings. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson is 31.
31. That's crazy.
And she's like my age or a year older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Tristan Thompson got all about Tristan Thompson's 4 kids. Jesus Christ.
He got 4?
Yeah.
I thought he would have a little bit more.
Man.
That's a trip.
Khloé over there standing next to him happy or looking happy.
Mm-hmm. So they're still together?
I guess so. And he got a picture with some other chick now. I think the trainer.
That's wild.
This is what happened. This is what women need to understand, right? They got to understand that men that are like Tristan Thompson can get away with this because he is a rich athlete. Mm-hmm. When you are a rich, good-looking athlete, you can fuck as many women as you want. When you're just a regular guy, you don't have that type of access. Mm-hmm. And if you do have that type of access, it's with women who are below average or average at best. Mm-hmm. When you get to smash a lot of hot chicks, it's just sad though. It's not a good thing. I'm just saying. It's not a good thing at all, but this is just the reality of the situation.
And Tristan Thompson is just a guy in the NBA.
Yeah,
like for us, because we're a fan of we were basketball fans, NFL fans. For us, say you seen like a guy on Tristan Thompson's level, just walking through the mall, we might just be like, oh, that's such and such over there, and keep it moving. But for a woman, it's a little bit different because one, they know he's wealthy, he's in the NBA, and two, he's tall and he might be decent looking to them, but it's Tristan Thompson is not good enough to be, doing what he's doing.
Yeah, she's 38, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she too old to be doing this. You way too old to be doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was, and you got to remember like the relationship she's been in. She was with Lamar Odom. They only knew each other for like 2 months or some shit, and they got married. He's like, yo, I was with her for 2 months, and I was like, yo, I gotta marry Khloé, B. I gotta marry her, man. They seemed like they had a good relationship. Yeah, that had a good show. That was a good show.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, I don't know what their relationship looked like, but it seemed like it was gonna work out. Yeah, it was super random. They loved each other. It looked like.
Yeah, she found another dysfunctional NBA nigga.
Wasn't she with James Harden too?
She was.
Mm-hmm.
She just an NBA hopper, man. She was with all kind of athletes.
Mm-hmm.
She was with a running back.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kind. It's sad though, man. Like it's just I guess it's just the culture they with. But yeah, neither here nor there. She doesn't have real brain trauma. It's just her being fucking stupid.
Yeah,
ladies, if a guy doesn't treat you right and he's doing you like this, stop trying to reboot this shit and move the fuck on.
Yeah, please leave.
Please get out of there. Mm-hmm. Don't listen to what he says. Don't be like, oh, I know I was getting head, but like, it's because my stress, babe. You stress me out. I'm mad. It's like, bro, this dude is just manipulating you and sticking around, and you're listening to it. Don't even listen. Just walk the fuck off. You know what you seen.
And you're bringing a child into this toxic relationship. That's not good for no kids.
Get the fuck on. Yeah. Just get on.
The type of bad kids that I be dealing with at the school that I work at, that's the type of households they're being raised
exactly.
in.
What was that kid's voice? What did he say?
Not right now, Khloé. I'm getting head. Just leave me alone.
I'm gonna fucking come. Give me a minute. Fuck. Oh man, that little kid gonna turn into Jeffrey Dahmer like a motherfucker.
Don't say it.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh
That's
man,
crazy, man.
Yo, man, you got to be careful with some of these kids. They'll be very specific too. They'll be like, one day I'm gonna get older. I'm gonna eat all of you niggers in here.
You got to be nice to those kids. I be trying to be nice to everybody.
Yeah, you got to be nice to them, boy. They'll be the ones.
Who was what was it, Condon or something? What was the black dude that was wanted to shoot up everybody but Dave Chappelle or something like that?
What?
He was like the police officer that got fired, and he had wrote a letter, but he was a fan of Dave Chappelle or something like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Fuck. That's not Snowden. Snowden is a dude that fucking.
Not Snowden.
That's a totally
Snowden was the guy that did he like hacked or something.
Yeah, I don't think he's in America still. I don't think he's here. Hold on. The rogue cop he just went nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Hold on. I'm looking for his name. God damn.
Something with a C. Turn my phone
Oh
off.
man. You know what year that was?
No, not at all.
Christopher Dorner.
Dorner. Oh, I'm way off.
Yeah. Christopher Dorner. He lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
But he wrote, what do you call that? Like a manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he had mentioned Dave Chappelle on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah. But he was a fan, so he was kind of like he wasn't gonna get killed if he came across Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, man, he lost his shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Looks like we came to the end of this one. Before I close it, I will say this real quick because I just switched to iPhone. It's been like less than a month. And people are having issues with their iPhone 14. I'm not, but some people are having issues with their iPhone 14.
Yeah.
And there was some article I just seen. It says, what did it say? People were
it's like random like buzzing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm trying to say it says people were not what's the word I'm looking for? Not oppressed, but people were
I forgot the word too. But it was a Khloé Kardashian type of like thing where they kind of put that very harsh word on them having phone issues.
Yeah, like the people are being inconvenienced by such and such. It's not that big a deal. It's a fucking first world problem. Just take your $1,000 phone in and get another one, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take it in and get another one or whatever, dude. But
yeah, we got to stop complaining about these first world problems.
Yeah. You know what you sound like? You like, my phone is fucked up and I don't know what's going on and I don't know what child slave made this phone, but they made a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
I need this phone to be made again by another underprivileged kid from another country because it's not made right. And I live in America where we get phones made by child slaves and we could complain about it. That's basically what we sound like.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the child was a little tired that day.
Like,
I'm so tired of making these iPhones.
It's a kid from some whatever. It's a kid from some country somewhere. I don't know. More than likely, some type of brown kid. It's like, I haven't eaten in 9 days. All I do is make phones. That's all I do is make phones. You were like, this kid's over here dying, and you're complaining about the fucking phone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Can you imagine? You imagine some kid that gets tired of it, right? And he's making these iPhones, and all these people are complaining. He's like, you know what? I'm going to put a bomb in this phone. You imagine, motherfucker? Hello. Yeah.
It would be the person that complained too.
Yeah, they were like, if he keeps complaining, we're gonna detonate this phone. It's gonna be you got the iPhone Pro, you got the Pro Max.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a Pro Max. Got the iPhone 14 bomb. Yep. All right. Well, it looks like we came to the end of this episode. If you made it to the end of here, man, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're out of here.
Peace.